So, good evening, ma'am. Here's my React.js activity where you can see your balance, income, expense, transaction history, and new transactions. So, for my code, first I declare a function named app. Then I initialize this function, balance, income, expense, using the use state. Then I set the balance, income, expense into 0. As you can see here, this will be shown. Your balance is 0, income 0, expense 0, and the transaction I set it into a empty array. As you can see here, there's no transaction history. Then this code is defines this. I define a function named handle transaction add, where this function handles the adding of new transactions. Then I define a function category and amount, where this extracts the category and amount to the input form. Which form input form, which you can see here, this amount, name amount, and category. This amount and category. Then this code checks if the amount that are input is a valid number. Then if the data input into the input field is not valid, it will alert that please enter a valid number. Then this updates the transaction array by adding a new transaction. Then here, so let's try this function, which is if we add a transaction bills and the amount is let's say salary, then let's be 15,000. So this will update the transaction array by adding this data. Then this line of code, this updates the balance by adding the amount. Then it also updates the income if the amount you add is positive, and it will update the expense if the amount you add is negative. So let's try it. So if we add a amount that is positive, so $2,000, so it will add the income, which is, then if we add a transaction that are negative, so this will happen. It will be added on to the expense, then it will minus your balance. Then for this line of code, this handle, I defined a function named bundle remove transaction, where this function handles the removing of the data. Then it create a copy of the array transaction, then it removes the transaction that and store it into the this removes the transaction, then it stores in the removed transactions. So if we try it, let's remove this business, then it will be removed. So next is this line of code updates the balance. It updates the income if the amount is positive and the expense if the amount is negative. So if we try it, so let's add a positive amount, which is positive 7,000, and a negative amount, so if we remove this transaction, then it will update the amount of my income and your balance. And if you remove this negative or this negative amount, then it will be also updated the expense and your balance again. Next is this function clear history. This function updates the transaction array, then it resets the transaction array into a empty array and reset the balance, income, and expense into 0. So if we try it, and let's clear history, then the balance, income, and expense will be set 0 as we state here. And that's all for my React.js activity.